Eden Zero is back, and this is officially the end of the Leonard arc. And also, the way this chapter was going, it was pretty obvious what was going to happen at the end. And boy, is that depressing as hell. But before we get to that, let's start from the beginning. So Hermit and Shiki continue their conversation about the Eden's One, where apparently it developed its own purpose, as it developed its own mind. And that purpose is to eliminate Mother to wipe out all of humanity. We still don't know why it wants to do this. Hermit doesn't seem to have a theory about it either. She just believes that this is the result of the Eden Zero getting its own mind. Captain Connor starts freaking out because the Eden Zero is in no way ready for a fight again and is trying to bail the hell out of there. The Eden's One then starts firing off lasers, ripping through the Eden Zero's shields, and just starts tearing it apart. Its power is insane. The Eden Zero has no chance against the Eden's One. It's funny because Hermit then starts yelling at Connor to start retreating, and Connor's like, I've been trying to. What do you think I've been doing? You think I want to fight this thing head on? But yeah, they're trying to get the hell out of there. That's where we go back to Elsie and James, who are currently sitting in the fountain outside of the palace, like they were when they were kids. Elsie tells James that she always knew her mother had transformed herself into a machine, but she had no idea that she continued to stay on Leonard. James is basically worried that she might be kind of messed up after killing her own mother, but Elsie's basically like, she was no mother of mine. She may have acted like a mother in front of me, but it was all just an act, because in the end, she never actually loved Elsie. So the war was started over the Mobius. Apparently, Elsie's parents were planning on using it to basically conquer the entire Chaos Cosmos. Elsie, even as a little girl, apparently thought this was morally wrong, and decided to go to another planet that she thought she could trust, and, it led to a war. The people of Leonard were wiped out. Yeah, so obviously she's sorry about all the death that she ended up causing at that moment. James is also sorry about the fact that he blamed everything on her, war, the death, the end of their nation, and just decided that it was all her fault and she had to be taken to justice. And the two of them basically admit they just don't want to fight anymore and they're tired and just want to quit. There's little glimpses back to the Eden's 1 and 0 in between their conversation. A little glimpse where the Eden's 1 is just catching up because it's so much faster than the Eden's 0. And Connor's doing everything in his power to escape. So Elsie and James basically decide that they're just going to stay and let the chronophage basically kill them. So the Eden Zero is able to use fast travel to pop pretty far out from where the Leonard is. They can still see the planet, it's just that they're at a distance where they're no longer in danger of the Eden Zero or the chronophage. And the Eden's 1, the chronophage. And also, I probably would guess the Eden's 1 is probably also fast traveled. The chronophage then appears and devours Leonard's time. See time on the planet just rewind constantly as the buildings restore to how they once were. James and Elsie go back to being children, and then it goes even further back in time. The chronophage devours 260 years of Leonard's time. So the chapter ends with Chalmay telling the audience that we are now in the final part of the story. Yeah, the moment I saw the two of them sitting on the fountain, it was pretty obvious that they were going to die there, that they were just let the chronophage take them. This is crazy. 2 out of 3 stories, the poor bastard keeps dying. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Also, I figured we were starting the final chapter. It made final arc, whatever. It just makes the most sense. Most shonen manga end around 300 chapters. Fairytale just happened to be a very long series, but Brave Master also ended around 300, so I figured this one would do the same. Yeah, the story's got about 100 chapters to go, I would say, which means we got about 2 years left of Eden Zero, because the man doesn't take breaks, so he's going to burn through these chapters real quick. But this is definitely going to be an interesting final part of the story. The fact that the Eden's 1 is the main enemy, like a ship is going to be the main bad guy. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to stick along with it being the ship being its body, or a humanoid type body. Either way, this is going to be fun. But hey, this also means we're finally going to be able to meet Mother and have everyone get their wishes. I can't wait to see what everyone wishes for. Well, I suppose before that, we're going to have to learn who Shiki really is. It's crazy to think that all the major mysteries are going to have to be solved in the next 2 years. This is really going to be one hell of a ride. Alright, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Eden Zero and other anime things. Thank you, and have a great day.